everyone. Welcome to the maiden edition of Political Discourse on Tender TV. I am Raimat Sulaiman. On Political Discussion, we focus our lens on everything related to politics, be it controversial or straightforward. Today, our special guest is a political titan, a strategist, and a philanthropist, Honorable Mulikat Adeola Akande. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Historically, you happen to be the first female majority leader in the Federal House of Representatives. How was the journey so far?
Thank you very much. The journey wasn't that smooth. That's before I became the leader, and immediately after I became the leader. But as we went on, things began to take shape. As you know, in 2011, I contested to be the Speaker of the House of Representatives, but I lost at the election on the floor of the House. It was after that my party decided that I should be the leader of the House, and it all started from there. But all what went on before even I was pronounced leader, I don't think it's something we need to talk about here. There was a lot of politicking. Some people were not
intrigues
intrigues and all that. But at the end of the day, I became the leader of the House. Initially, because of the speakership contest, we had some divisions within the House. Those who supported me and those who supported the Speaker at the time. That's His Excellency Governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Tamboa.
Okay.
So there was, a bit of friction,
passions,
between the House and all that. But as we went on, we were working together, maybe trying to see whether, is she really with us or not?
Is she capable enough as a woman?
It's not even about being capable.
Okay.
The fact that we had contested together and there had been issues.
Okay.
It was difficult for both parties to trust one another. So we were just working as per,
despite being in the same party.
Yeah, despite being in the same party, because the party wanted me as speaker, majority of members wanted him. So there was that. But as we went along, we worked together for the next 4 years, and alhamdulillah, we finished without much problem. So I would say, and then dealing with the members in the House, I tried my best, because I know that as a woman, you must work twice as hard to keep the House, stable, to also ensure that the members, you gain their confidence. And I was able to do that.
Wow.
A lot of members, irrespective of party, were always around me, and we're always doing so many things together and all that. And of course, on the aspect of the job, I always headed the government bills in the House, which, I did to the best of my knowledge and all that. It was not without rancor, but God saw me through.
Wow, that's so good. That's so good. We've actually heard so much about your impact on some of the bills passed in the House at that particular moment. Can you please share more light on a particular one that has to do with women, like your take on
the government bills that I used to lead? None had the issue of women. Those ones were private members' bill, like the VAP, that it took so long before it was passed and all that. And the issue of women bills concerning women of the House is about number. The women are very few. There's no way we want to pass anything and it will go on. The men will always, shoot that bill down because they have more number than the women. And that's why we always tell the constituents to support women. Make sure you vote in women. Women are better, at this job. Women are also, were more humane, were after the welfare of our children, the whole
Grassroots.
society and all that. So it's very difficult to really, even when there's anything to do with women, the women go around trying to lobby the men. We have some men who are gender sensitive, but majority of them just feel that, oh, these women, they don't see us as partners in progress. They only see us as competitors, which is wrong. We're supposed to, work
Join hands together
to operate so that we can move this country forward. And until that time, Nigeria will continue to, have a lot of problems. Because women constitute over half of the population of this country. And our place, the rightful place for women, if we don't take it, then the country can never move forward.
Politics can be overwhelming, yet managing family affairs can be more overwhelming. As a pillar holding these two strongholds, how do you cope? Hopefully, your words could be an encouragement for us youths coming up.
Thank you. Just like you said, politics is overwhelming, family matters could be more overwhelming, which is true. Because, first of all, the political environment, as we all know, is not kind to women. A lot of people don't even want to see women at all. Culturally, people believe that women should not even participate in politics. We should just be there in their homes and all that. But for people who have dared to venture into this environment, which is the political environment, I think before you even venture, you have to also sit back and look at your family. At what point and how far can you go? When I say look at your family, first of all, look at your children. The first thing, your husband must agree that you participate, because you need his support.
If he doesn't support you,
it's not really, but if he does not support you, you might not succeed, because he'll be telling people, I don't know what she's doing. She's on her own. And the way people feel. And the next thing, when they are talking in the community, her husband is not even supporting her. So everybody they will think you are being strong-headed or something. So if you have your husband's support, that's the beginning. If you now have children who are old enough, because when you have smaller children, it's difficult. Attention that you have to give to the children and also the time you have to give to politics will definitely clash. So you must be able to marry the two and manage it very well. Yes, you must have somebody also that is helping you in the home front that you can trust, somebody that can just be like a mother to them, that when you are not there, you know that these children are comfortable in terms of going to school, coming back, doing their homework, the normal things that they have to do. It wasn't easy. For me, I didn't have very little children. My children were already about finishing primary school. My first daughter was in secondary school, but I was always there for them. I didn't make it secondary. Politics was secondary.
Wow.
Home was
being a mother. You didn't make it secondary.
Because I know that at the end of the day, if there is any problem, I'll be the one to solve it.
You go back to that home.
And if I have to travel with them anywhere, I go with them, and I make sure my house help is there to at least stay with them, maybe in the hotel or in any place I'm staying where she can make sure that they sleep well, they eat well. All I have to do is to go for meetings and come back. So because it's not just even about feeding, sleeping. They want to see you. They want to see the presence of the mother. So if you keep traveling, it took me when I first started coming to Gomosho in 2020, I was coming every weekend.
Wow.
So you can imagine. Thank God the roads were better then, not like now. I used to travel every weekend, and each time I went back, I fell ill. Maybe malaria or something, because I was leaving my environment, to come here and all that. But as time went on, everything became normal, and the children understood it. It was only when they were now in university again, and I was holding the office of the leader, it was also a bit difficult, because they were not in the country and getting time to call them all the time. We didn't have video calls at that time, so
unlike now.
It wasn't that easy, And we experienced a lot of hiccups, a lot of clashes because of that. Because if you are not around when your children are forming their character and everything, you have a lot of peer influence and all that. But I took my time to make sure that I waged that war with them to make sure I put them on the right track. And today I thank Almighty Allah that everything is fine. So if a mother or as a young girl going into politics and you are trying to build a family, you have to know that it's very tough. You need to give your children adequate time and attention while you are playing the politics. If contesting at that time would not augur well for you, then just participate and leave the contest to the time when you have grown-up children or when you have more time on your hands. Because whether you like it or not, they invite you to meetings. So if you don't go this time, next time you don't go, third time you don't go, they just say this one is not serious. You are not the only one with children. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So you must be able to balance the two. It hasn't been easy. A lot of women have lost their homes because of that. A lot of women have faced family pressures, especially from husbands, family, and the rest. They like to really carry a lot of rumors about women. They just say everything about you. And if your husband's family is not comfortable with it, so they'll be pressurizing your husband. I went here, I heard your wife is doing this, I went there, which is all lies. Most times they are lies. So you as the wife, you must be able to prove to your husband and his family that your integrity is
intact.
Yeah, and that you are committed to that
relationship.
And I don't think, and once your husband is understanding, I don't think there will be much problem.
On that note, what advice would you give to young aspirants who are females in some political parties now? Because I discovered that a lot of political parties are now trying to give room for women to also contest.
I hope so. I want to agree with you, but I just hope it's not about contesting. It's about winning the primaries and really facing the elections. Because most times you have thousands of women contesting election, coming out to vie. But before the primary or during the primary, the numbers are greatly reduced. And at the end of the day, you find very few women making it either to the Senate or the House of Representatives or House of Assembly. Yes, that is what they should be doing. They should be encouraging women. Like I said, a country that does not encourage half of its population is not ready to grow. And women have a lot to offer, on the political scene. They have a lot to offer. Women have held the highest positions in this country and they have done well. I'm not saying every woman has done well, but at least if you give out of 100%, you can be rest assured that 80-85% will do well. That I believe. So I want to encourage them that they have to be determined. They have to be consistent in whatever they do. Because it's not about just showing my face once and retrieving if you lose. If you lose, you should take that as a challenge to move further. But you need to have a mentor. If you are going into politics for the first time, you don't just jump in. You must have somebody who is advising you, take this step, don't take that step. If you just jump in, you just lose your money.
Wow.
Yes. You need somebody to tutor you, to really tell you, people who have gone through it, to advise you, this is how you go. You don't take this step, this is what you do. So mentoring is very, very important in politics. And I enjoy to mentor young girls anytime. I can sit down, and that's why I've written books. I've written 2 books so far.
Yes.
And, I like to share my experience so that other women and even men can learn from what I
recently went to one of the books you wrote when you were in the parliament.
When I left.
Yes, after you left the parliament, women in parliament. It was really, really a great job you did, putting all of that experience together for upcoming youths who are also wishing to partake in politics. Now, moving to your role in Oyo State politics, we are aware that you recently pitched your tent with the Social Democratic Party, despite your influence in Oyo State as a strong political leader under PDP. So, what can you say to us about that, man?
Thank you very much. The Yorubas will always say, so there's a reason, and the reason is not far-fetched. I am PDP from day one. From 1998, I've been in PDP up until early this year, and if you go by the calculation, that's like 24 years.
Over a decade.
Yeah, so if you build a house and you don't feel comfortable in the house anymore for one reason or the other, and co-tenants in that house cannot, resolve the issue, I don't think, I should remain there. It was a very, very sad decision for me to take. It was also a very difficult one because nobody wants to leave their homes, but also you can leave for, reasons that are higher than the fact that, you are just in PDP. Like you said,
probably for peace.
In PDP, yes, and then to because of my followers, it's in Oyo State, the type of situation I found myself in, I've never experienced it before, and nobody has told me that they've experienced things like this before. So I can't imagine a situation where you and your supporters will support a candidate and will win, and the next thing you are the first person he turns against, on all fours. So, and we gave them enough time to resolve this issue.
But I feel, knowing fully well that politics is a game, like it is being said at all time, I feel that is not is not new. Like it's usually it has become norms in
when people
Nigerian
talk about politicians, I always say I'm a different politician. I'm not the typical Nigerian politician because I'm not in it for myself. I'm in politics to ensure that I serve people. I'm in politics to ensure that this country progresses, and also my state, my constituency. So if I'm in politics for that, and now I cannot even do any of those things.
It's not achievable.
Yes, my people are there suffering, having worked so hard to bring a government to power, and at the end of the day, you are not. None of them is getting any position. Nobody is getting, anything. What kind of leader will I be if I have to continue, to keep them there? So, and you have a structure. You need to maintain your structure. Maintaining a structure, you can do it in so many ways. If they have positions, they know what to do, amongst themselves. I've been trying my best. I left the House of Representatives since 2015, and I've not complained. And I've done 2 elections. I lost.
Wow. And you're still there?
Yes, and I'm still there spending, so much money. So, beyond what my followers will get, I still need my sanity. I need my peace of mind. I don't want anybody to take that away from me. So I decided if you can't get the matter resolved, why don't you leave it to God? It is only God who can avenge for you whatever it is whatever wrong that you think has been done to you. So it's better to just leave them in peace rather than for us, because if we're within the same party, it's not, it won't be easy for me to start telling my people, don't work for your party. No. And my people still wanted me to run for election. So we had to look for a platform
that is welcoming enough.
Yes. So it's not anything bad. You see people jumping ship, like as if they're going to toilet. This is the first time I'm leaving a party for another
in 24
party.
years.
Yes, and for very cogent reasons. So I think it's even the PDP that should be answering this question. Why did you let Honorable Mulikat go? If really, your party appreciates
our
people.
efforts.
No, it's not just me. It's not just me, because some other people too have left. So when you sow, or when you work so hard to maintain a party, everybody knows that I've been doing so much, for PDP, promotion. And even at the national level, I believed in PDP. It's a party that I chose from day one, in 1998, and I would have loved that it's a party that I will carry till the end. But unfortunately, at one point, at least we've seen so many governors come and go, but this time around, it was not to be. And there's nothing I can do. I can't fight, the government. So
you can't fight the government.
I'm not even interested in fighting.
I understand what you mean by that, actually. Now that you are in SDP, what is the next big step we should be expecting?
I think I've already taken the big step, because I'm running for Oyo North senatorial seat, which I ran even in 2019.
Under PDP?
Under PDP. So that is the big step. Because for somebody else, with what I did in 2019, somebody else would just quit. Because at the end of the elections, we discovered a lot of intrigues, and a lot of betrayals, even from people within our own party. And that, is enough to discourage anybody, But for me, like I said, it's about service. I think there's this deliberate coalition or gang up against me for whatever reason I don't know. You know what I mean? But
yes.
Like I said, I will do things when people least expect. One, a lot of people never expected that I would leave PDP. Now I'm back running for Senate, and I can only appeal to the people in my senatorial district to please support me this time around. It's something they will never regret, because I've been in the House before, twice, 8 years, and I did a lot, for my constituency, and I'm still going to do much more for my senatorial district. Let them not be deceived by anyone, because I've been tested and trusted, so they can match me against any other candidate, opponent coming from any other party, and see who will best represent their interests. So, and for me, like I said, I'm not the normal politician, because I don't go about telling you what is not. I only tell you that my covenant is beyond me and these people in this. It's between me and God. If I do well for you, God will reward you. If I deceive you, if I do not do well, God will also judge me. So let the people of my senatorial believe in me, that I will be their best representative, and I will bring development to the senatorial districts. Also improve the welfare of the constituents of that senatorial district. I think, underlining my statement right now has a lot. We're talking about infrastructure, you're talking about education, you're talking about a lot of things that you can do for people. Even while out of office, I'm not in any position. I have not stopped impacting on the lives of these people. Within my own minimum resources or minimal resources, I've been doing it. And even trying to get help from different quarters, just to make sure that the youths and also the women in my senatorial, are being carried along on a day-to-day basis. So it has not been silence from my end since 2019. No, it has not been silence. We've been there, we've been doing a lot.
We are aware that you run a foundation to support the less privileged. I don't know if I get it. Yes, Jokododu Foundation. And I want to believe that you have actually been doing a great job, a great work on the foundation. So what are the things you feel we should be expecting next?
Thank you. The most recent was last year. We had this empowerment for about 200 youths from my senatorial district, and they were trained in fishery, in goat rearing, in grass cutter rearing, and all that kind of thing. And at the end of the 3-day training, each person was given 100,000, and they also gave them some materials, to go home with that can help them, in this trade. But even though we've been doing that, I'm not happy, because they are supposed to build on whatever it is that we give to them, but the poverty in the society right now does not allow them. If you have that 100,000 in your hand and your child is sick, you definitely take out of it. If you have it and your mother is sick or your father, you definitely take out of it. If you are hungry, you eat out of it. So at the end of the day, they might not even be able to continue to engage
in such work.
In the venture that we train them on, which is not, which I'm not happy about. But the issue of poverty, we're talking about national economy right now. We're talking about the whole country as it is now. It's not very encouraging. We're still planning another empowerment. Before the end of middle of August, we'll be doing another empowerment for about 150 people, and before the end of the month, we'll do another one. End of the year, we'll do another one. So this is just my own way of giving back to society. I do a lot. I do a lot of scholarships in the foundation without really anybody knowing about it. I don't like to
broadcast.
Yeah, but the politician doesn't know. I said no, the foundation is not political, because those who are not even within my party have been benefiting. Those who have never voted for me have benefited. I just feel, I need to do this for my society to help. I believe so much in education and that's why I do these scholarships and try to help people. If you come to me, 5 people with, different problems, maybe 2 about education, I will attend to the 2 first, because I believe that education
is the key
and also brought me to where I am today. So once you are educated, you have the right, you can choose what is right and wrong, you can determine your future. But without education, somebody will be determining your future for you, whether you like it or not. So for me, education is key, and I think that is one area that our government should look at, whether at the federal or at the state level. Nobody should be left without education, at least up until secondary school. And by the time you are finishing JSS, SS3, you should be 16, 17. You are able to know what is right and what is wrong. You can now decide, I want to learn a trade, I want to go to the university, I want to do anything.
Yeah, but talking about education, a lot of youth are now discouraged with the situation of Nigerian educational system. For about maybe 4 or 5 months now, ASU has been on strike. So, if we are talking about education, do you think that should be the major focus here? I mean, maybe the youth nowadays needs to go extra mile, go out of the box, maybe learning a particular.
I just said it. I said at least up on the secondary school level. After secondary school, you can decide to learn a trade, or you can decide to go and do anything you want. Some people go and play football; they become very popular. It's not, gone are those days where you have to say, my child must be a doctor, my son must be an engineer. Most of these children go and read the engineering and the medicine, and they come back and dump the certificates, and they go into singing, rap, music, and all that. Even if there is job, that is not what he wants to do. So, but when I'm talking about education, I mean education that can give you an opportunity to decide where your life is going. I'm not saying you must go to university, I'm not saying you must go to
school.
Polytechnic. No, you don't have to, because these days you don't even get a job. So if you come out, if you are good in photography, go and perfect it, and you earn a living from there. If you are good in carpentry, go and do it. You know what I mean? And if you're good in catering, you want to cook, go ahead and learn better, but always be professional about it. That's the problem we have. People don't...
Professionalism.
Yes. They don't, learn enough before they come out and say, I want to start earning on that particular job or trade. Because once you're a professional, you'll be able to advise, you'll be able to give the correct,
advice.
Information out to people.
Others.
Nobody will come and start telling you, no, because you didn't do this right, I'll take you to court and all that kind of thing. So people need to know where they're going. We all know right now that the system has failed in Nigeria, because I can't understand how ASU will be on strike for 5 months. Whatever they have learned in that class, they have forgotten. Are they going to repeat the class? There's a lot wrong with our country, and I blame the electorate, because you choose the wrong people. You think they will do the right job. No, it's garbage in, garbage out. Whatever you put in is what you get. So if you don't get people on merit, people who have integrity, people who you believe can do the job, then we're not ready to move forward. Yes, you never get anything. You will never get anything. And they can see, they know the right people, but because of hunger, look at what happened in Ekiti. Look at what happened in the Ekiti election. It broke my heart. At this time in Nigeria, should we be talking about Diboko Sebe?
At all.
The stew that you are going to make, the soup, is it going to last you 1 week? No. So you
for 3 days.
You sell your future for 10,000 or even 50,000. It will never last you, a week. So what are we talking about? As much as the politicians are to blame, the electorate also are to blame. Yes, we all have our faults. But like I said, we need to begin to hold people to their words. We need to covenant. We need to sit down and discuss with whoever wants to go and represent you that this and this are the things. The covenant, yes, you must have a covenant so that when the person is breaking it, and you are not giving the person another chance. So once they know that, nobody will want to falter, nobody will want to, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate really where we have found ourselves. It's unfortunate. It's maybe Machiavellian, where you just keep people, make them hungry so that they can rush after
back to you
or whatever. So, but that is not. And even in this society as well, as bad as it is, there are still very good people who can do the right thing. And we know them. We know them. But when the time to choose comes, people still go the wrong way. So how do you want to get the right answer? You can't.
Well, there's a saying that you can't keep taking the same step and expect a different result.
No, you can't. Unless you are bold enough to take a different step. Let's go this way this time around and see, and it will always work. For me, I believe in Almighty Allah. I have the fear of God. I don't want to, my name is so important to me. Like Yorubas will say, so I will not want to do anything that will impugn on my name, and also my children are there. I don't want to be a disgrace to them. I don't want to drag my family name in the mud. So I will stand for what is right. I will do the right thing. If at the end of the day, I feel that, these people you don't want to, you just leave. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But there's no do or die in politics. And nobody should see it as such, because it's not anybody's birthright.
It's no man's birthright.
No, it's nobody's birthright. It's about service to humanity. It's about service to the nation. It's about capacity to deliver. Those are the things to be considered in choosing anybody at all for any position. Once you are fit, once there is no age barrier, what we should be talking about is capacity. Capacity, and also the fear of God. We've made a lot of mistakes, and I think we'll begin to correct them. We don't choose on merit in Nigeria. We choose based on religion, based on ethnicity, based on
power.
Yeah, these factors don't lead you anywhere. They lead you to failure. Yes. Because the job you are going to be doing does not recognize any of these factors. It only recognizes the ability of the person holding that position. So whether I'm a Muslim or I'm a Christian or
it doesn't really matter.
Or Hausa or Igbo or Jukun or anything, no, it shouldn't be. The reason is she's good for the job, she has the experience,
and she's going to
capable,
deliver well.
She will deliver, she's honest, she's a woman of integrity, she's someone who you can hold by her words. I think those are the important things.
All right, thank you so much, Ma. We are so happy to have you on the program today. It's really a pleasure to sit very close to you right now to have this discussion with you. We are so glad, Ma.
Thank you so much.